Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on when you see this. I have fallen off the map as far as my parenting videos. I am going to get back to that. Went out of town for a few days to visit my family in Virginia. Had an amazing time. I'm back. I just left a meeting with Maria's new coordinator. So, with Maria and all of her needs, she has a waiver here in the state of Florida. The waiver is supposed to take care of all of her needs. So it does pay for people to take care of her around the clock. It affords her services, physical therapy, occupational therapy. I've requested a speech evaluation. Maria used to get speech therapy, but now what I want is someone to come evaluate and see which augmentative communication device would be best for her. So those computers or those devices that she's able to either touch the screen or use some type of switch so that she can communicate with other people. So I just left a meeting with her new coordinator. We've had 3 coordinators in the state of Florida. A little frustrated, to say the least, because everything that I had requested and everything that I got scripts for last year, not only have they expired, but nothing was done. According to the new coordinator, nothing was done with the last coordinator from everything that I requested. So Maria needs a new hospital bed. She's sleeping in a broken bed. And by broken, I mean the bed is supposed to elevate above the floor to about, waist level for those that are taking care of her so that they can change her and meet her needs appropriately. It's supposed to, go up. It's a hospital bed. It's supposed to function. There's a rail that goes up to keep her safe at night. That's broken. Got all these scripts last year, sent them in, and the new lady came out this morning and said that nothing has been done. And as a parent, not only does that make me angry, but it's also embarrassing, right? I work with special needs children in the school system. I work with parents. I cannot imagine for the life of me telling a parent that I'm going to put something in an IEP, and not only do I not do it, but there's no room for it. There's no activation, there's no plan for it in sight. I just can't imagine doing that, and maybe that's because I can see it from a personal point of view beyond the professional. I also found out, so Maria used to have behaviors. There were times where she would barricade herself in her bedroom and put her wheelchair up against the door so that no one could get in. There were times where she would run people over with her wheelchair. Once she realized that she would not have the same quality of life that you and I have, she started acting out. She was on medications. Those were not effective. The way I was able to get Maria to change her behaviors was by telling her that I was in the process of trying to make it so that she could live back home. Now imagine your biggest wish being to live at home, and it being a process, not only a process, but a huge ordeal to try to make that happen, because, I don't have the wherewithal to do it by myself. It is too much work, and I can admit that it's too much work for just one person. So I was trying to get around the clock nursing care, because she does have seizures. She has a feeding tube. She has lordosis. I could list all of her concerns that is not feasible for just me as one person to take care of alone. And for me, this morning really pointed out the differences between education and social services, because here I was checking in with her coordinator on a regular basis. I would call this lady and ask her for updates, and she's telling me, oh, there's a new system, it's just a matter of time. It's a process, but I've put everything in. Come to find out that that was not the case. So I think with the waiver program, I think that and I can only assume because I do not work for APD, I do not work for the state of Florida. I will say as a parent that things need to be revamped. Things need to be done differently. I have a daughter that has needs, and I get tired of hearing about a care plan and a budget that may or may not afford her the ability to get her needs met. I think it's time out for that. I think we need to take better care of our most vulnerable populations. I think there needs to be some type of accountability system that parents or caregivers can check the status of their pending requests. The same way we do in education, parents can see their children's grades, they're able to view the IEP. We have to give them copies of all that. I was told that a nurse came out and assessed Maria. I didn't know a nurse was out there, and I see Maria on a very regular basis. No one called and told me that. And the nurse came up with her not needing speech services. How did you come to that conclusion? What did you base that on? Did you just see a little black girl in a wheelchair who's nonverbal and you just assumed that she did not need a speech evaluation? This is a young lady that used to type in paragraph form. So why would she not need a speech evaluation? Why was I not made aware of that? There's behavior. Supposedly Maria gets behavior support once a week, and that's been going on for the past 2 years. I just found out about that today. And no one's been going out there. I'm out there regularly. I would have known about that. One of the workers, one of the managers would have told me about that. So essentially, this program, this waiver service that the state of Florida has going on, it's lacking. It is severely lacking in communication, in follow through, in effectiveness. I want to bring awareness to this so that other families get what they need, and maybe they are. You know, the thing that I lack is the financial means to get Maria whatever she needs. Some families do have that. What I do have is some sort of with itness, and I am a constant force in Maria's life because she needs that advocacy, because as you can see, even with me in her life, there are things slipping through the cracks and that are not getting done. But for Maria's sake, she deserves the world. She deserves everything that she needs because she can't go out and get it herself, and we need to take better care of our vulnerable populations. So I am hoping that this message gets to someone in APD, in the higher ups, and that we're able to make some changes. And I'd be more than happy to sit at that table and have some suggestions so that parents and caregivers have a better time at this, because the last thing that we should have to do is continue to do the same thing over and over. I'm now requesting scripts that I had already requested, that I had already obtained, that I had already handed over so that my child could get what she needed. And I understand that things have gotten a lot slower in the age of COVID. I get that. However, our babies have needs, and they need their needs met, period. And there's no excuse for not getting them met. And even in the state of COVID, our vulnerable populations still need what they need. And so now we're in the process of putting Maria back on a wait list for a day program so that she's not at the group home sitting at the walls all day, every day, so that she's not depending on me to go in there and entertain her, because that should not be my role in my daughter's life at this point. I just want a call of action so that all parties get on the same page, have clear communication, and that we're able to get our children, our family members, what they need in as smooth a process as possible. So hope you all have a wonderful day. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this message, and stay well and be blessed.